Switch them.
Every word of that
Fascism.
was just bleh to me.
So
every single syllable was just like, ugh.
I went north and that's it. I'm sorry, y'all.
I'm from the Midwest, sir.
There's a town in West Virginia called Big Ugly.
Yeah, it's not surprising.
I love these facts so much.
Dude, there were legit 5 jokes running through
Imagine
my mind.
right down where you come from. Big Ugly. Yeah, that checks out. That ain't surprising at all.
Big, ugly West
Just look at
Virginia.
your ID. Are you the mayor?
Because, like, even, like, out of context, it's just like big, ugly West Virginia. It's like, hey, our state isn't that bad. It's like, no, I'm just saying a city. It's a place that exists.
Big ugly, comma, West Virginia. Oh, I would hate it.
Oh, legitimately.
Imagine you're a basketball star hailing from big ugly West Virginia.
It's
Nintendo
debatable.
absolutely knows about the internet Triton because like a couple months after the Bowsette thing happened, they changed the crown's description. It was just like, only Toadette can wear this crown. So it's just like, kill that noise. Martin Luther King Jr. earned a C in his public speaking class during his 2 semesters in seminary school.
Who is that teacher?
Who's the dude?
Okay, is it a white teacher? And is that the reason why?
Let me see. Let me go
Who
look
was
at
the
these,
dude that? Cause you know you gotta wake up one day,
It just
20 years later,
That mother changed everything.
and I gave him a motherfucking C.
He wrote the I Have a Dream speech in school. He's just like, why are you writing about dreams? Dreams are for children.
You'll never make it, Martin. This is trash.
Or does the dude wake up like, yeah, my C incentivized him to get better?
Y'all know I was his teacher.
Yeah.
And I told him that I was pushing him to do better.
Apply
The
yourself.
C was- oh my goodness.
You can go one or two ways with that way. Either A, I'm a fraud, or B, I'm inspiring people so hard that I inspired the civil rights movement. Just through my teaching.
It's just some like physicist teacher in like the 30s is like, oh man, look, I'm looking through all these old papers that I got, physics papers. Look at this D- I gave to this kid named Albert Einstein.
Oh, no, surely that can't be the same one.
Dude, imagine Stephen King in a creative writing class. It's like, C minus, sir. Your adjectives, I don't know what you're doing. A dog with rabies, what's up?
In Tupac in math class, the teacher just comes up, Tupac, what I tell you about writing raps in class?
You're not gonna make it with this. You need these numbers. Get some bucks in you. And then 4 years later, you gotta dance around to slip up. You want the club banging it.
You know I taught Sue Tupac.
Oh, dude, I would never sleep.
It's fucking bullshit.
The PS5 in a year has outsold the Wii U's lifetime sales.
Y'all leave the Wii U alone. Try his best.
Hey, consumers did.
Accurate.
That's not.
Yes, it is.
Going for.
Early
Yes, it is.
adopter.
Exactly what we're going for.
Ooh.
Oh, dude, I will never forget that woman with all them Wii U's in the back of her car, thinking she was gonna flip them boys.
Oh, someone tried to do that near you guys?
No, it's a viral picture.
Oh, okay. I don't remember that.
You never seen it?
No.
Oh, dude, I'll look it up.
I think I've seen this.
It's unfortunate. Let's see what else we got. Well, actually.
Yep,
hold
all I had to look up was Wii U woman.
Wii U woman. Oh, this is gonna be
Get
good.
some. Get some, y'all.
see, Wii U woman.
No, I already got it on for you.
Oh, okay.
Where's it going?
He posted it in chat.
Oh, okay. I can look at it.
Oh no.
Scalper beautifully boned.
Oh, and those are like even. Ooh. There's probably like 2 per box in the boxes behind her too. Yikes.
That boy's in a back seat and everything.
Yeah, you can see him on the console. Dude, this is at least 10?
She's like, this is my retirement.
Yeah, she thought she was gonna flip these for double because remember the Wii was having supply issues, so this is the next console of the Wii, so why wouldn't I do it?
She didn't find it odd that she can buy in 15 of them?
Day one in the store.
Yeah, I was, because of like what the day I went through trying to get a Wii when it first came out, where I lucked the fuck out. By someone's generosity, which, where's that in this world? Where I was just so concerned about getting a Wii U day one, where I just walked into GameStop, I'm like, you guys go Wii U's? Yeah. Oh. Okay.
And no waits there, bruh.
Yep.
Remember at my GameStop, they had a tower of them built just for people to grab and go.
Yeah,
You
why?
ain't even gotta pay, Pimpin'. Just go ahead and take it.
Because they thought it was gonna be another Wii situation where they were just gonna fly off the shelf. They probably overstocked and everything.
Oh yeah, GameStop for real had that problem.
Please take these. We need to put we have another display that we need to put here.
$100 off, please, anybody.
Can I get this keychain? Absolutely. And here's
Scott.
your complimentary Wii U.
I'm good.
Wii U featuring the upcoming great title, Zombie U. Remember that one? That was one of their big
They
hype
ported it.
titles.
They ported
Yeah, they
it to like
ported it.
PlayStation.
Yeah, PlayStation 4. It was on PlayStation Plus.
I played it at a con. That was a fun game.
It was decent. I got it because it was a
I
launch game.
will just never forget that trailer. Everybody's just like, end? What? Nobody
Oh, I
cares.
remember Mike hyping that bullshit up. Oh, I remember. It's so innovative where you're just like a zombie's coming and you gotta look down and go shit, 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 and try to get your thing as opposed to pause.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Podcast of Stuff, episode 292. 8 away from Big 3 Hundo.
Again.
Did we get to 300 in the old podcast?
Yes, we did.
I don't feel like we did.
I don't think
I
we
feel
did.
like we did. If not, we had to have been damn close. That number is something we had to have hit.
I feel like we topped out at like 170 or
yeah,
something.
I thought we hadn't even hit 200.
Was that where we were? I thought we were like way past that.
Because then we took like a year and a half break.
True.
And then started this podcast. Okay. So, yeah.
150 was our final episode ever of that.
Wow.
Where we watched
150.
anime music video.org VCA winners.
I remember those
Oh,
streams.
wow.
Those were fun.
Yeah.
Those
Watching
were damn
AMVs,
good streams.
Like,
Can't do them no more.
yeah. Yeah. No.
No, we can't.
You know, and in the days of Justin TV, where it was a bit of the Wild West, yeah, we could get away with that shit.
Yeah. I mean, we did some on YouTube, but even those were getting hit every now and then. I think
Mhm.
Sad Panda Ichigo is still like you can't watch it.
Oh,
Yeah. Sad Panda Ichigo was outstanding.
that and Che.
Never forget.
Yeah, that was the same one.
It was
Yeah,
okay.
it is the same video.
Oh yeah, no. Oh, the
Never
same one.
fucking forget.
Oh,
That was the best.
Beautiful.
You can still watch it if you have the login, but you can't watch it publicly,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
which is the big suck.
Yep. So apparently there was a sex bot takeover in the Discord today.
Yeah, so
What?
one of the people that came from Trigger's Discord, Salik, he just never left, I guess. And apparently his account got taken over, so it was just a bunch of sex botting.
Yeah, I came back in, like I was, in and out looking at different things, and then I just go check on the Discord. I see like every single thread had a notification. I'm like, that's weird.
That's when you know there's some weird shit going on.
Go into general, and then also the thing that had a message, which I didn't know, had never gotten one before, was mod logs, which is like a little private thing for all the moderators. And yeah, it's just it has the T200 bot. It says ban case 1 offender Salik reason sex bot. Because I think DA put the reason.
Because he was the one that banned it.
Yeah. I didn't see any of the posts or anything. I just saw like all the threads. Basically, it's like they'll have notifications if something was posted, but if you delete said post, then there's nothing there. But,
if our power was working, I would have been able to see him, but it wasn't. So
yeah, I hadn't checked it. I was getting all this stuff on my desk set up, which that was.
It was like 5 a.m.
Oh, it was? Okay.
Yeah, because that's when DA took him out.
Mm-hmm. He was up. Oh yeah, he gets up super early.
Yeah. No, I was still awake too, but I just no power. My phone was dead.
So yeah, what? So what? Giant winter storm? Like what happened?
Yeah, but it's like the aftermath of the giant winter storm because we got through the worst of it and we were completely fine. And then it was like, oh, there's gonna be some snowfall at like 4 a.m. Whatever. And there was some snowfall at like 4 a.m. and then the power went off at 7 a.m. It wasn't even a heavy snowstorm or anything. I guess it was just the straw that broke the camel's back.
Yeah.
Whatever it was a short one. It was only like 30 hours. We were out of power, but cold night.
You need to recontextualize what fucking short means. What the hell?
I mean, you've seen us where we've had to go like 9 days without.
That doesn't matter. That's still long.
It's long in the context of what we've gone through personally.
More than a few hours is bad. It's really bad.
But it's not as bad as a week.
It's still
It's
bad.
relatively short.
Oh man.
I would rather go ahead.
I only had massive COVID symptoms for a few days. Not like the week-long case I had before.
Okay, so there are people with lifelong lasting effects as opposed to me for 2 or 3 days. I'd say mine was pretty short, wouldn't you?
Still doesn't mean it's not good or not bad.
I didn't say it was good. I say it wasn't bad because it was short.
Is that the metric we're going with now? Like that's
Yes! Things are good, not bad, bad. It was in the not bad category.
No. Bad.
Just no.
Bad.
I mean,
I
I'd
will
prefer
say-
if it only took an hour or two, but it didn't.
I will say, like, I saw some pictures from Amber about this ice storm you guys got. Like, trees were getting thrown down from being too heavy with ice.
Yeah, no,
Like,
that's
it
what
wasn't
happened.
even snow. It was just rain that just straight up froze everything.
Somebody from Windsor, over in Canada, was taking not photos, but videos from long range of what happened, and they just caught a transformer blowing up. That's what really hit a lot of the people in the Detroit area. That transformer blew up, and it was like 200,000 people without power.
Optimus, no. Okay.
Yeah.
Mike, I
Be
thought
happy.
that joke. I thought that joke and immediately went, no, that's too stupid. And then you had to utter it.
The reason
mean,
you
he did
know
it
the
before.
reason I was about to say, you know the reason you thought of that joke, because I have said it before. Probably more than once on this podcast.
Oh, dude, it was so. I miss those clip shows.
We just need to do more.
I could, but I'm not going back for that shit. And this is not like last time where I said I'm not going back. I'm not going back for that shit.
Well, here's the thing is that Kelly has access to the Dropbox now. And if we have Kelly sort, would you want to put together?
No! I'm not doing it!
Why not?
It's dead so. Cause I would have to go through. I mean, you say if we were to put them in there, what is put them in there? Cause I'd have to go through, let's just go with the podcast of stuff. Not even YouTube Editor's Perspective podcast. I would have to go through 292 episodes to find the worst of our stuff. An hour per. We're talking 300 hours of me going through stuff.
In BG's defense, I was trying to do that for the best of stuff. And that shit's tiring.
It's tiring, dude.
Well,
it was different when I was working at a restaurant and I just have my one headphone in and just be listening to us and go, "Oh, that moment sucked. Let me catalog that." That's easy to do.
I mean, well, that's what I'm trying to say is maybe we take sections and we don't do it as like throughout the entire width. It's like, okay, in the first 10, the second 10, you know what I mean? It's like in the windows.
Even in the windows, I don't know if you'd have enough.
Yep.
Yeah, I understand. Even in the windows, I don't understand. I don't know if you would have enough material, let's say in the first 10 episodes, to do anything like that. At least not for the podcast stuff. For the YouTube editor's perspective, absolutely in the first 10 episodes. But for the podcast stuff, I don't think our material is bad enough to start doing those clip shows like that. We would have to be doing 50 episode chunks to get, let's say, 14 clips.
That is true. A lot of the clip shows were early, really early us. really early.
I'm telling you, it would not fly. Even me finding clips for the pre-stream stuff, which is what I was gonna do this weekend, before the power thing. It's me going through every episode, and thank God for YouTube transcripts, because sometimes I could just look up laughter and go, all right, what was funny here? Okay, that was pretty funny. I can add that to a clip. Beyond that, it's me having to remember things. It's me having to go through episodes. It's me downloading the episodes, putting them on a wave file, and just seeing where the large waves are, because either we're yelling or we're laughing loudly. But you can't do that for bad clips.
So for
I
that,
mean, true.
I will say just as an easier thing, which should be the case. Now I'm going to double check this just to make sure this is an actual fact. Nope. Okay, never mind. That'll be a thing in the future where you guys and then me will be on separate audio tracks, so that could be isolated. If I'm putting all of our stream recordings in our Dropbox now. Okay. So instead of having to download it from YouTube, you can just grab that, which will have separate audio sources. But at the moment, they don't. I didn't realize.
That'll be good.
I had a thought before we went on this tangent, and I don't fucking remember it anymore. So we're gonna move.
It'd be like that sometimes.
On. And of course, your weekly reminder: Black Lives Matter. Stop Asian hate. Get your vaccines and boosters. Wear your masks in crowded indoor places. Support Ukraine. Support LGBTQ rights. Support body autonomy. Pay your employees what they are worth, and be good to one another. Speaking of supporting Ukraine. Boy, have you guys seen the controversy around Atomic Heart?
I've seen some of it, but I want to hear.
All right, so, you know, it seems like games can't just, like... there's just something wrong with certain... Yeah, there's just something wrong with certain developers or certain creators of things. So Atomic Heart, you know, it's been getting a bit of buzz here and there. A little bit of music from Mick Gordon. Bioshock-esque, like, powers, first-person shooter, dystopian future, etc., etc. So first thing that came out was about these, like, robo-ladies that are a big part of the promotional material. A lot of people were realizing that the hairstyle of these robo ladies, which are basically I believe described in game as Ukrainian sex bots, are in the hairstyle of the former prime minister of Ukraine. Who this lady, this politician who has a very, very distinct hairstyle with that same exact like top like full head braid.
Oh.
So a lot of people are
great.
making connotations to that. It is seemingly found that the developer has ties to Russian politics. And
See, that's the one I know.
Yeah.
And that one's a little iffy in that one of the presidents or co-founders used to be one of the top guys in the Russian military, and that's essentially their ties to it. That's not it's a former job of this piece of dude. I can't. And the other one is like taxes going to fund the
yes,
the Russian
Ukrainian
military.
war. Yeah.
But like that's like going our sales tax funds or our income tax funds the killing of Iranian civilians. That's just too many degrees of separated. Some of the taxes are gonna go to the machine. That one I don't like. I don't understand that one.
And then there's like that on top of the unwillingness of the developers to actually give a stance on the Ukrainian war, probably because they have ties to Russia in like maybe
Or
not the
there's a boot to neck.
Yeah. Maybe not so much financially, but like if the company is headquartered in Russia, then yeah, you can't really give
You
support.
can't escape that.
And then then there's right now, because of those supposed ties, Ukraine's trying to get the game banned in Ukraine, which I don't blame them.
Yeah, no, that's 100% they should,
and
because
then
it's a lot of quasi propaganda in that game.
And then
yeah.
the other thing that the developers got flack for was in the game, in like either these like safe spots or something, I forget where they are exactly. There's these like little TVs that you can find, and it plays this like Russian equivalent of Tom and Jerry, like an old like 40s, 50s, 60s cartoon. However, one of the episodes that they chose to feature in it features a very, very racist caricature.
This is another one. Oh no, I've seen it. But this is another one where they didn't self-censor the episodes, which is what their issue was on that one. Because all they did was include all the episodes that were ever available of what was seemingly a popular cartoon during that period. But they absolutely should have scrubbed through that footage and went, no.
Yep.
But it feels like Russia doesn't really care about racism as much as America. But yeah, that was a real problem.
Which they have said like, oh, sorry, we didn't realize this would be offensive. We are removing it. So they are correcting that.
Yeah.
But yeah, and that's about all that I saw. There's just the Russian sex bot thing, the ties to Russia, and then the racist cartoon.
The thing I find funny is how much outside of sex robot dialogue, how much dialogue, cringy dialogue have you seen clipped on Twitter or whatever?
I haven't seen any.
And then you look at Forspoken,
Yep.
which got memed to hell off cringy dialogue, and this is essentially the same type of dialogue. I mean, I played through like 3 hours of this game, and I was like, what are we doing here? Where's everybody clipping this stuff?
I wonder if it just like literally the setting is what like changes people's minds. Is that a valid reason? No. But
I'd say it's more that the dialogue was purposely done for promotional material. So a lot of people got a lot. Because how much in-game dialogue have you seen from Forspoken? Maybe 6 lines?
Yeah, maybe.
As opposed to when
bit
that narrative trailer came out where they were doing that voiceover dubbing stuff. That's the one that got memed to hell. So maybe that plays into it a bit.
Yeah. Who knows?
I'm just saying, criticize all the dialogue. because that dialogue was horrible.
All right. So, let's start off with some movie stuff. Cocaine Bear is out and getting pretty damn good ratings.
It's
I mean,
Cocaine Bear.
It was always gonna be what it was gonna be. And people that are going in expecting it to be anything. This is one of those, not necessarily turn your brain off, but your brain understands what you're watching.
Oh yeah.
There is an implicit agreement when you walked into this theater to see this movie of this is going to be utter absurdity
and schlock.
Yeah.
And you can accept it or you can't. And if you can't accept it, you're gonna go ho hum and walk out with your nose turned up. But it doesn't feel like they're trying to make art. They're trying to make a fun movie.
Mm-hmm. And then on the opposite
side, and it
side,
sounds like they succeeded.
Yep. And the opposite side of that spectrum, you have the Pooh movie, which
is shock and get in there
is awful.
There should never have been a doubt.
The problem was
There
it's promoted
been.
to hell. That's the thing. Is it like?
I'm not arguing for turn your brain off because I said it implicitly that this movie is not a turn your brain off and watch the wackiness. It's a movie designed for the wackiness. It's not like a Transformers where they feel like, oh, we're trying to make a movie with an actual storyline that people are supposed to care about. But it's an actually bad movie. Oh, but it's fun. No, it's not like that, where you just got to turn your brain off in order to enjoy it. The enjoyability is in watching the wackiness, which is a purposeful thing.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't feel like they set out to make a art movie. It doesn't feel like they set out to make a bad movie. They made a movie that on paper they were going to deliver what they promised on paper.
Mm-hmm.
What story can there be in Cocaine Bear is the point. A bear got into some cocaine and some people try to survive it.
Yep.
As opposed to this war-torn world in a Transformers movie. The fight between machine and man. Who are the real monsters?
You know, I like when I first saw this article, I was like, why the fuck are they doing this? And then I remembered afterwards, but WB New Line struck a multi-year deal with Swedish company Embracer Group AB, which allows the studio to make more adaptations of The Lord of the Rings and The Hobbit. The deal includes multiple films.
Oh.
And in my head, of course, I just went, well, why are they doing this? And I'm like, oh, it's to keep the rights.
Yeah.
No, that's
point blank
but
period.
the thing is, the game rights are different, the film rights are different, and the TV rights are different.
Yep.
Like, what are we doing? Oh, sorry. Going back to Cocaine Bear. Asylum is potentially making their own Cocaine Bear, and you know how they do. It is called Meth Shark.
Are they the ones that make Sharknado?
Yes.
Okay.
And all those, dude, Patrice O'Neal had one of the funniest bits I've ever heard on a radio show, where he was like, if it was an Asylum movie, it would just tell you what the movie is in the title. It wouldn't be Jurassic Park. It'd be like Dinosaur Forest. So he just went with all these movie titles that sound awesome, like Star Wars is just galactic warfare or some. It was huffing hilarious.
Oh boy. This one I'll save this one for DA. It's the whole Gorillas animated movie thing.
Yeah, he big sad about that.
Yes. This thing I just found funny. Apparently during the Pierce Brosnan Bond days, before Pierce was cast, one of the other people that was in the running to play Bond was Liam Neeson. And
that sounds about right.
And apparently he turned down the role because his then girlfriend, about to be fiance at the time, was just like, if you take the part of James Bond, we are not getting married. So he chose to get married.
Why was she so like no Jimmy Bond?
Just because of the fact that like he'd be like having all these scenes with other women and stuff like that. And but I guess whole things. He's like, so I would tease her by going behind her back, making my finger as though I'm holding a gun, and then humming the James Bond theme. I loved doing that shit.
No surprise there.
I mean, but he would have to go through it anyway because he's still an actor.
Yeah, but like there's a that is an aspect of his character versus like Taken Dad.
Yeah, might share a kiss with his wife or whatever,
Exactly.
and that's
it. Have you guys seen all the stuff around Quantumania and the VFX budget stuff?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
that it got pushed over to one of the other films,
Mhm.
Wakanda.
Yeah.
Yeah, Wakanda Forever got all the budget.
So let's see here. So a couple
Which,
of different
again,
VFX
no surprise.
a couple of different VFX artists kind of like went on record just kind of talking about it. It's like, in terms of priority, Wakanda Forever was definitely at the top of the list, one visual effect artist said. All the money went to that. All the best resources went to that. It's understandable given the context with Chadwick and everything and how well the first film did, but it did diminish the ability to carry Ant-Man all the way through. Yars added, there was a lot of editorial changes that happened late in production in order to not show as much action or effects as there could have been, likely because there just wasn't time to render everything. A lot of us are sitting here thinking the money is there. Why is it not coming down? He added. Marvel spending a bit more money to pay for more VFX people wouldn't make that much of a difference for the executives all the way up at the top. But if it comes down to them not being comfortable with their bank numbers and us working until burnout, we lose out every time. Honestly, I equate it to human greed.
I mean, it's definitely great.
Oh, yes.
But the corporate people are thinking, how pretty, if it's really pretty, how many more people are going to come see it?
Fair.
So I think they just didn't care enough.
Mm-hmm.
And man, that is not a good movie.
Uh-oh. I have
Actually,
yet to
this
see it
is-
yet. I'm probably going to see it this week.
You are now the fourth person I've got a review from, and it is split 50-50.
Oh, I'd love to have a discussion with those positive 50 because it is
The
a
yes
really
50
bad
come
movie.
from one is my brother and the other is a coworker.
Disown them tomorrow. They
My brother literally
clearly
came out and snapped me. He's going, people are fucking smooth brained, man. This movie was dope.
it was so pretty. So much stuff happened. It's a trash movie, dude. I'm telling you.
Now,
It's
what was
it's
your most?
probably it's probably 2 notches above Thor: Love and Thunder.
Woo!
And I hated that in movie.
What was your least liked aspect of the movie?
The daughter. She's not a good
Oh,
actress. She's just not a good actress. At least not in this film. She cannot emote the correct emotion when she needs to, and it detracts from it. The Scott's giving this emotional, I'm doing this all for you. I love you. Don't worry about it. Dad! That's
oh,
not
oh no.
and hated her. Oh,
Okay,
but
so
Modoc, horrible.
what just how they created his character is interesting. When I realized that one, but what made it horrible?
The visual effect.
Oh, I've only seen images, not it in motion.
It's like if you did an AI face swap 13 years ago.
Oh,
It's dude. I can't. I don't understand people going thumbs up on this one. Not even thumbs in the middle. Thumbs down.
Honestly, I've seen multiple people post different things, and I don't know what's a real screenshot or not at this point.
Uh,
true.
It's probably all real.
Well, a question then, the opposite side of the fence. What was the part of the movie you enjoyed the most?
Kang.
That's what I keep hearing too.
Absolutely
That's across the
fantastic.
board. People who like the movie, people who don't, all say that Kang is the star.
Absolutely. Not even close.
Now, you watched Loki, right? We talked about
absolutely.
that. So how does this Kang compare to He Who Remains?
That one was. I feel like that one was more aloof. This one is more broken.
More broken in what way?
I can't say anything without really giving things away.
Well, I mean, like, broken is like a character, broken is like a villain, broken
No,
is
not broken as a
powerful.
not powerful. Broken as a person.
Okay, that's what I'm trying to say. That you can say broken about a lot of things. Like, what are we specifying?
Yeah, no.
Like,
I mean, if it was broken, all of them would be dead.
Thanos was broken. Everybody didn't die.
The world, half the universe died. What are you talking about?
That's not everybody.
Yo, they literally threw everything at him, and he walked up with the most casual of casualness and went, "Nah, I'm gonna turn back time on this one." Everybody tried.
And everybody failed.
Everybody. First scene we see is him putting hands to the Hulk. No, they would all be dead. We're talking about Ant-Man and the Wasp down there. They'd be dead.
They'd be dead. Oh. So, like, what is this Kang's threat? Is it just like science man things? Like we talking like evil Iron Man type deal, or are we getting with magic? Like, what do they do to this character?
He's a super smart guy.
Okay, so we're talking just evil Iron Man.
I wouldn't even say that. No, he's a
No?
super smart guy. He doesn't really build anything. He's just a smart guy.
Well, because Kang's character, when you
Hey,
look at
how
him,
about we give this a full discussion when everybody sees the movie?
Yeah.
Because I'm trying to tiptoe around giving things away. You're just like, but what about?
it's theorying, just theory crafting. Here we go. Okay, fine. We'll discuss it later.
Crafting for a movie that is out and available.
Yeah,
that one person is seeing.
that's all we need.
And judging by the box office, that's not far off.
Ooh.
All right.
I think it said the second weekend was the biggest drop of any Marvel film ever.
Like 67%, something like that.
It was disgusting. It is not a good film. But it let me win a bet, so.
Ooh, okay. And the last little movie thing, Venom 3 is in pre-production. What are they gonna do?
Andrew Garfield, Spider-Man.
You think so?
They should.
Here's hoping, because I don't know what else. What else can you do?
They gotta stop with the symbiotes. They got to.
It's like what's left? Like Null, the god. Like,
hope not.
What else can you do? Couple of.
I suppose you could do like a Starro type thing, where the symbiotes are kind of like a secret invasion type thing, where you're not quite sure who's a symbiote and not.
Mm-hmm.
They could try something like that because that has happened in the comics before. But they've already fumbled the bag with Carnage, and that should have been the guy.
Mm-hmm.
And I can't like his kid. I don't care.
I don't care.
I don't care. I'd rather a the symbiote wanting to eat Spider-Man, and that just be the movie.
That'd be great. But we shall
Which
see.
has already been played into because he gave him a lick on the TV screen.
Mm-hmm.
So why not make that the movie? And it's just Spidey trying to save people while Venom's trying to eat them. And Venom saving people while he's trying to eat Spider-Man.
At the end of that movie, too, Venom 2, they're like, hey, we'll actually, like, I'll let you eat people. That was at the end of the movie.
Eat the bad guys.
Yeah.
And it could truly just be don't eat the bad guys, Eddie. And that could be the conflict. Like, I can't let you do this.
Mhm.
It could be a team up. It could be a buddy cop movie until he eats people, and then Spidey's like, no, I've went down that path before. It's not a good one. You think it doesn't eat away at you. You think it's fine, but it's not. Hire me.
All right. A couple of non-game things before we get to that. The Ultimate Universe is coming back to Marvel Comics, which it wasn't that long ago that they merged the worlds, right?
I think it was DC you're thinking of where they merged the world.
No, they had. I think it was Secret Wars, where the 616 and the Ultimate Universe combined together. And
Yeah. That was a while ago though.
Was it?
I don't think it was recent. And they probably even split it after the fact. I couldn't tell you. I haven't kept up in comics for the past like 3
So,
4
yeah,
years.
they're bringing back the Ultimate Universe, which, you know, it's comics gonna comic.
I do.
There's like that, and then like I think a lot of people are throwing a hissy fit right now about the whole MJ thing where I love him like his sister.
It's so
Wait,
tiring.
what?
Oh yeah, Peter Parker and MJ are no longer a thing. Peter Parker loves MJ, but not in love with her. She's like a sister to him. And now it's Black Cat time. They can't let him be. I said this recently when I was discussing this with somebody. They can only ever let Peter Parker / Spider-Man be 80% of his potential. If it even gets to 80.0 infinite 1, it's time to put him back to 50%, 30%. So he's happy, married to MJ or in a relationship with MJ. We got to screw that up somehow. One more day. Let's do that. He's rich. He's owns his own company and he's making money and that's no longer a struggle. Let's have it get bought out from under him. 50% again.
And that was after Doc Ock had his body, right?
Yes. Spider-Man can suffer, but he can move on from his suffering. Like Superman suffers, but he has a child. He has a happy home life. He has a wife. You can have a character suffer. The point of almost every hero is to struggle in one way or another. Their ideology, their fight, whatever way they're going to struggle, their home lives, it doesn't matter. Everybody struggles in one way or another. But why does Peter Parker struggle have to be the only one that cannot move away from its initial incarnation?
Because that's the big
It
thing.
always has to be about, MJ, will they, won't they? Oh, will he ever not have to worry about money? It's always these two things.
And the thing is, too, is just like, there are characters that don't like, basically it's like within their character, their moral code, what have you, to like not seek out relationships and what have you. And then if they do have relationships, they don't work out because it is kind of a core aspect of their character. The one that pops into my head immediately is Batman and Catwoman.
And yet, where are we right now?
Yeah, yes. But the whole will they, won't they for those two makes a lot more sense because it's just like at the end of the day, she's just like, man, dem jewels, and he's like, no crime.
Yeah.
So there's
at the end of the day, he's a hero, she's a villain.
Yeah, and he has a very, very strict code, and he's just a loner in his character. Peter isn't that. He wants relationships. He wants to be happy. There isn't a character flaw in that sense that is preventing him from wanting and having nice relationships. It's the story that gets in the way of those relationships. No matter what way said story goes.
No, they say he deserves minimal happiness. I want maximum Spider-Man happiness, but they're never going to give it to me, ever.
Agree. I think give him something. Give him
They do. They give him
give him
one
a-
thing, but take away another thing. It's a fucking seesaw. It's a
It's
scale.
the seesaw.
Oh, you got MJ, but you broke. Oh, you rich, but you got no love.
Because now imagine, just say for funsies, you give him one of those things. You give him the relationship with MJ, and say they have a kid, and then financial destitution. That has a whole nother weight with a kid involved.
Yes, you
Like-
can make a story from that.
Correct. So yeah, let Peter have his things. Cut the guy a break.
Let him be a happy boy.
All right. Next up, let's see. Did that. Some more Twitter, social media fun. So you will now have to have Twitter Blue to get texting two-factor authentication, because the mobile bill came in at Twitter, and Elon Musk is
He
like,
was-
whoa.
Him was not a happy boy.
So he's like, we're charging for this. So that's unfortunate, because that's two-factor authentications is it's kind of necessary in these times.
The true issue is that a lot of people aren't going to use the other ways, like Google Authenticator.
Mm-hmm.
The layperson is not going to do that. A quick text, they can wrap their head around.
Everybody has a
quick
cell
text.
phone basically at this point.
An email, they can wrap their head around the email. You need to want to sign up for Twitter anyway. Google Authenticator, one of these authenticator apps, they're gonna go, I'm sorry, I don't understand. And I feel like a lot of people just aren't gonna care eventually.
One-factor
it's gonna
authentication
screw
is
them
just
up.
your password, and we just someone's account got hacked, and a sex bot was spewing shit into our Discord today.
Yeah. You can substitute factor for like layer. The first layer is entering your password. If that's correct, then the second layer gets activated, which is either sending you a code through text, going through your authenticator app, sending you a code through email, some type of thing like that. If you've ever gone to like Steam and signed in with a new computer or from a new place, they'll go, hey, we don't recognize this browser. We don't recognize this IP. We're going to send you an email address. You paste in the code, and then you can get into your account. And if you can't paste in that code, it gets locked out for however long they deem fit. I wouldn't know because I've never been locked out of there. I got locked out of one of my gaming things, Fanatical, one of the places I buy games from. And that was not a good experience in terms of they just kind of let me get into my account even without the code. And
Triton,
I don't think
okay,
that
sorry.
shouldn't have did that.
Yeah, so
No,
typically
that's it.
those authenticator apps are apps, which means they are accessible from multiple places, websites, devices, etc. And they themselves also have password authentication, what have you. So usually you can usually control what devices are enabled through that account or that application. So you can be like, hey, turn it, like my phone got stolen, turn that off. And what have you. And then Meta / Facebook, they now have a new paid subscription service like Twitter Blue. Woo! Get more interactions, more likes on Facebook, so all of your racist relatives can
Legit, like
see your
no
stuff.
joke.
Remember last week when I was talking about tech companies just follow tech companies? So all these massive layoffs is just because one company did it, and now we all got to do it.
Wasn't that
Here
Back
we
for
are.
Blood? That was Thursday. I don't think.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, it was Thursday.
And it's literally the same thing. Oh, Twitter did it, and it seems like there wasn't a huge uproar, and people are paying for it. Let's do it on our thing.
Mm-hmm.
But all it does is devalue verification or blue check marks from wherever you're getting your social media stuff from. So for Instagram, it meant something to be verified because this is your actual account. This is you have enough followers and you know the right people to get verified, as opposed to now you can just, even though there was a scam with verification, but I'm not talking about that. But now you can just buy it.
I will
So
say in
who's
Meta's
real?
I will say in Meta's defense, it seems like they are separating it out a lot more distinctly than Twitter was in terms of like verified by the system versus paid for it.
And that's what it should have always been. It should just be a different check mark then.
I think that's essentially what Meta's doing, which is that's good.
There
but
you go.
It's still like
If I feel like if you're verified, you should automatically, if you're verified by the system, you should automatically get those perks
think-
from subscribing.
I'd have to let's see. I have the article up here.
Because people would rather just pay for the higher engagement than just having the check mark next to their name.
Unlike Twitter Blue, there are no plans to remove the verified status for currently verified accounts. However, Meta does note that it is evolving the meaning of the verified badge so we can expand access to verification and more people can trust the accounts to interact with are authentic. So, TBD, I guess, actually.
TBD.
Okay. Now on to game stuff. A couple quickies. One, Nintendo has hard confirmed they are not going to be at E3, saying that the event, quote, didn't fit into their plans. They're doing their own thing, which a lot of devs are doing at this point. We got a little gameplay footage of Kazuya in Tekken 8, and it's, like, I knew they did it in Smash Bros. In terms of, like, effort noises and stuff getting carried from game to game, but you didn't, like... For whatever reason, I wasn't thinking that was the same thing in like traditional fighting games. But then when I hear Kazuya doing electrics in Tekken 8, I'm like, oh, that's the same exact sound he makes in Smash.
Well, no, they try to make it as authentic as possible across platforms.
Mm-hmm. But yep, I mean, looked very Kazuya-like from my limited knowledge. Lots of electrics, some of the similar moves that I've seen in other places. MK12, Mortal Kombat 12 to be specific, was...
I mean, there's nothing really to talk about.
Seemingly leaked in terms of that it is coming this year.
It's 100% leaked. Because even Boom tweeted, did you hear about the announcement for Injustice 3? And that's just his troll way of saying, yeah, that it's just MK12.
So yeah, well... So more than likely, I feel like that's like, at this point, 100% there's going to be a trailer at EVO.
I feel like it'll be before EVO. I don't think EVO's big enough for... Because they'll do the Game Awards. They'll do... No. They've done like DLC characters at EVO. But as far as the first announcement of the game, I don't know if EVO's
I mean, they did it with Tekken, though.
Again, WB is a different beast. WB gets in with the Game Awards. They get in with E3. They get in with these types of things. I don't know like if they want...
I think EVO at this point might have a bit more prestige in people's eyes just because it's solely owned by Sony.
Now, it might have more prestige in people's eyes, but does it have more prestige in executives' eyes?
I think it might.
Because the reason I say that is... the Injustice Pro Series, the MK Pro Series, all this stuff, it's here and gone, and then it's just gone. Right now, MK11 is part of EVO, and it's got a 20K prize pool, but there has been literally no support from WB for MK in the tournament scene since a year and a half ago, essentially. So I don't know how much prestige is in the mind of a WB executive where they could be at E3, which is a month beforehand, announce it, and then use EVO to announce like 4 characters.
So, Mr. Smith, then, would you like to bet on it?
Bet on it? What are we betting?
$20?
$20 that it will get announced at EVO, and all right, I'll do a 20.
All right,
I'll do a 20 bill.
I haven't really gotten any bets, so you know what? Mike bets BG that MK12 will get its first trailer at Evo 2023. No, bets BG $20.
Here we go.
Saved. There we go. And Triton is betting 50,000 imaginary fun bucks.
I'd cover that bet if I could. I only have 11K.
I have infinite.
BA wagered his voice.
All right.
Oh, he'd gladly get rid of that.
This is eternal. I am never letting that scream go.
I just want a button of the giraffe laugh. Like that's what I want.
I don't have a good like recording of that, at least that I can think of.
I know. I can't
You'd have
think
to
of one
find it.
either. Yeah, it'd be hard to find, but I would
Like
kill
the one that
for
I
a
can
giraffe
think
laugh.
of, and I don't remember which podcast it was the Orchestrasia.
Oh, that was YouTube editors.
Yeah, that was Editor's Perspective
that
podcast
was
like
back when I lived downtown.
a long time ago. Yeah.
I'd have to say there was one where he did it and revisited. I just don't remember the episode, and it was very clean.
Okay, we'll find one. And before we get to the state of play, so there's some juiciness going on right now in the competitive Smash scene. So, Mr. Minecraft, Mr. Steve, before the stuff that came out a couple days ago, consensus the best character in Smash. In terms of all the tech that he has and what have you, and then just with all the different block things and placements and stuff, there's so much untapped potential of the character. Well, a new tech was discovered and shared online where he can basically just cancel hit stun from in the air. Basically, there's like a bit of an input thing to like there's a bit of a setup. But apparently it only takes like 20 minutes to learn. It's not super hard at all. And at lower percents, where moves, like the knockback of moves is, a bit lower, Steve can just cancel hit stun and immediately react out of it. And Steve combos, basically almost on any hit, Steve can get like 50 to 70%. Because it's one of those things, like, people have been comparing this. It's like, oh, but, like, Shulk has shield art out of, like,
nah, that's not
it's
cool.
It's like, yeah, but Shulk is doing 1% damage on a forward air in shield art. Olimar whistling through something, he might get a hit in, but at max, he's only getting, like, 20%. 70 or dying?
Off any hit?
Off of any hit at low percent. Like, one of the examples that they showed is you can actually do it off of ledge. They showed Cloud, like, one of Cloud's, like, Cloud is a ledge trapping machine. He will just sit there and put up wall of pain back airs out there. And Steve can just jump up, intentionally get hit by the back air, do the hit stun cancel, and then just do a full combo. Like, 70% damage. And just like, that is not good. So there are actual serious talks right now in the competitive scene on banning this tech and or banning Steve. Legitimate
I feel like there
talks.
have been a lot of times where a fighting game character has come out with some broken tech, and the thing is to limit it as opposed to ban the character. Like, you can only do 2 reps of X thing.
The problem
as opposed to being
the
able to infinite.
Yeah, I agree. So like wobbling was a big thing in Melee with Ice Climbers, where you could do an infinite chain grab and then just kill a person. And that was a whole thing where it's like, okay, we're banning wobbling. And it's one of those things where it's like at a tournament setting, very easy to catch because it takes like 30 seconds to do a full wobble because it's just like you're doing 2 to 5% on a pummel, a grab pummel.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just like you have to sit there and watch the person do it. And at that point, you'd be like, T.O., he's doing the thing. He's doing the thing.
Yeah.
This thing is pretty instantaneous. So it's kind of hard,
Yeah, it's hard
to catch.
to tell.
On top of, and I'm right now only talking about in-person settings, which is a bit easier to do in terms of like you have pool captains and what have you. You can save a replay and all that. Online is the problem. And this is like, so Hungrybox has been a big person like fielding this discussion because he has a online tournament that has a $3,000 prize pot every other week. So he is just like trying to figure out what he wants to do, what he feels like he should do, just because like for someone like me entering the coin box, and if I like see a Steve person doing this and it's like, hey, like they did the tech, I could save a replay, but I also have my stream. I have another means of like, I have a stream going on right now. You could look at the VOD, what have you.
There's ways to document it easily.
But that's just like, and Steve is one of the most popular characters that play online. If every person like thinks they see the thing and keep bothering moderators and TOs of online tournaments and wasting, 10 minutes at a time of the TO's time when they, could be dealing with other things, it's logistically, it's going to be really hard. Possible, but hard. And tedious and annoying. So yeah, this might be and the thing with Steve Tech is it's seemingly snowballs. Like, we found this broken thing. Well, now we're going to find something even more broken in the next month. And this already seems pretty fucking bad. And Nintendo's not patching the game anymore.
Yeah, it's dead. It's done so.
At all. So the next patch that is the most likely thing to occur is probably in 2.5 years when the new Switch sequel is out and we get Super Smash Bros. Ultimate Deluxe. That would be when we get our next patch, maybe.
Or official patch, or the community does some bullshit.
So yeah, the next few weeks are going to be very telling. I'm very curious if I'm going to run into a Steve during this week's coin box. And if I do, boy, you're going to see me like leaning forward at my screen way more than I normally do. Be like, are they going to do it? Are they going to do it? Granted, I don't have multi-hits. That's kind of the big thing where it's just like it cancels hits done out of multi-hits really hard and like Ridley only has the forward air. But like, who knows? Because again, it's seemingly simple to learn. So a lot of the Steves might probably have it in their pocket. And, this is kind of stereotyping, but it is slightly true. A lot of Steve players are little kids, and, kids can be little shits. So they just might be like, I'm going to do it. And with the coin box, too, there's a lot of money on the line. So, yeah, we're going to see how that goes. Now, the state of play. There was a Sony Direct this past week. A couple of interesting announcements and trailers. Some were just kind of meh. A lot of VR stuff announced. If you like it, go watch that. I didn't write out all the individual games. A lot of VR things. Destiny 2 is still apparently being worked on. Didn't know that. It's getting a expansion.
No, it's still very much alive.
Yeah, they got that Sony money.
Yeah,
true. There's this. I don't know if it's an indie game, but a Humanity. Did you guys see that trailer where it's like you're a dog and you're like
I saw it.
leading around masses around these like puzzle levels? There's like custom puzzle creation and what have you. Definitely looks fascinating. Got that. We had the rhythm game / visual novel. I'm not sure what genre to call it, but Goodbye Volcano High. Looks interesting. Naruto. You know, I poke fun at these games a lot, but they are pretty fun and they look good. Naruto X Boruto Ultimate Ninja Storm Connections.
Yep.
Did
All the
they?
games in one pack.
Yeah, it's like all of them plus some Boruto stuff. Are they recasting Obito?
They might.
I didn't check because that for those that don't remember, Obito was Vic Mignogna, and he's he's
Persona non grata.
yeah he's a person.
Oh,
I feel like it's either we're just gonna give you the game as it was released, or we're already doing extra stuff. Why not do this little extra?
Mm-hmm.
But it sounds like it might be a lot of work depending on how personal the clips are, how much of the anime needs to be dubbed and cut scenes and that type of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
They might just go, it's the game, it is what it is.
Yeah. We got a trailer for newer Baldur's Gate game, basically video game D&D. Wayfinder, it basically looks like console WoW. Almost has the same like graphical aesthetic too. We have some new character vignettes for Street Fighter 6. We have Zangief.
Oh, they looked good.
Dude, some of those just like the animations and stuff in this game look so fucking clean. Like Zangief's counters. I don't know what it was about them, or it's just like just how he's like grabbing people's legs and all this stuff. I'm just like, there's so much polish in this.
Oh yeah, they've always been lauded for their animation.
Mm-hmm. Lily, where she like one of her like grabs and that she like goes around the character, like she breaks the 2D plane a little bit. She looked really cool. I really liked Lily a lot. And then, granted, I don't know who you typically like to play in Street Fighter, but Cammy seemed like your type. Don't know why I think that, but
that's very funny because I hate Cammy. I love Cammy the character. I hate playing Cammy. I do not like her.
Interesting. She seems very Sonya / Canary.
Yeah, I don't know why you would think that, but I do have a propensity to play blonde white women. I don't know what it is, but for Street Fighter V, I actually played Laura.
Yeah, I do remember that.
Yeah, I do not like Cammy in Street Fighter. I actually in Street Fighter, the women I play is Laura and Juri, those, and sometimes Sakura.
Mm-hmm.
But beyond that, I usually play the guys. I play Ryu. I play a little Guile. I hate Guile though, but I play a little Guile. Yeah. No, I don't play Cammy. I hate Cammy.
I'm just more not so much for the actual fighting game portions of it.
I knew what it was.
I was going for the
the blonde white woman.
Your type angle. I'm sure that, like, nah, you didn't. You play Luigi in Smash, so that's quite the opposite.
And Palutena.
All right, and then we got another trailer for Resident Evil 4 remake.
Looks good.
There were so many people online. They're like, they took Krauser out of the game. It's like, dude, how do you know? How the fuck do you know?
Probably one of the leaks said that there was no Krauser or something, so they're just like, oh, no Krauser.
And then we got Major Krauser.
Can I
Go ahead.
Can I stop you real quick there? It does look like they took out the dog though.
No.
And the reason I say that is because you have the El Gigante fight, and Luis is helping you, or is it Carlos? I can't remember.
Luis.
Luis is helping you.
That's the second El Gigante fight. It's not the first one.
That does not mean anything to me.
I'm just saying, like, the fact that Luis is in that fight, to me, has absolutely no bearing on the first fight you do with the El Gigante.
I'm saying dog out, dog gone.
But I think the dog is dead. Quite literally, I think the dog is dead. But that does speak to the changes, though. Luis by the time you fight those El Gigante in the original game, spoilers for a 15-year-old game, 20-year-old game, he was long dead. By the time you fought those,
bitted.
the minecart riders too, he was very dead at that point. So, so they changed up the story a bit. He's going to be lasting a bit longer.
Maybe indefinitely.
Maybe he might live. We'll see if Mike, the helicopter pilot, also lives. He made a brief appearance.
Actually helping.
Yeah. Yeah, that was always fun when the helicopter gets shot down and Leon just goes, Mike! I'm like, oh no. That hurts. Overall, like, the island is still there, which some people don't like. I didn't think it was bad or by any means.
Yeah. I hear people hate the castle too. And
Really?
it was there. Yeah, I've heard people hate the
Interesting.
castle too.
Like, there are things that I hate about it, not in the sense of like bad gameplay. It's just like I get stressed. Like, to this day, the fucking hedge maze with the dogs.
Oh yeah, that sucks.
Dude, just them jumping out, biting on your face, like fuck, get off.
I just want to see the regenerators.
Yeah, them.
Oh my God.
We got the berserkers, a little bit of them.
It looks like we got a new enemy too.
Well, there's like a new mutation where it's like coming out of their back and they're like running at you. But yeah, like, it seems like there's stuff that they're keeping very faithful. Some things they're tweaking here and there, but dude, that's,
well, I mean, in a new version, you kind of need to, like, if you just remake the game, what's the point? Like, make it.
That's kind of what Dead Space was.
I know, but I mean, it would have been better to add some things. You've got time. If you're touching it a second time, add more shit.
They did add things, but like, they still kept it super true.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I think if you're touching the game again, why not implement things you may not have had the time or the ability to add before?
Mm-hmm.
Like, that's one of my nitpicks of, like, a lot of these, like, remastered versions. Like, okay,
can I stop you real quick? I don't care about the remastered versions. It's the remake versions.
That's what I'm talking. I meant remake. No, I meant remake.
Yeah.
You're right.
Okay.
That's I chose the wrong word. The thing about these remakes is that if you're going to remake the game, I mean, you're not essentially remaking it. You're rebuilding it. That's more accurate. Let's put it like that. But if you're going to touch these game files again and update them to be more quote unquote modern, put the things in you couldn't. Like, come on. Like, make it worth the new money. I don't want to just play the game if it's just more pretty. Like, I love Dot Hack, right? When they put out GU Recoded, I was just like, okay, I'll buy it because I want to support it. They added a whole bunch of new quality of life things that they even said, like, yeah, we couldn't. They didn't have the processing power in the PS2, but if you're playing it on a PC or a modern console, here you go. Yeah, fast travel, you have X, Y, and Z. It's like, that's doing it right. If you're just remaking the game to make more pretty and make a quick buck, like, what's the point, man?
So what's your opinion then on Metroid Prime Remaster?
I haven't seen much of it, so I can't make an actual thing.
Because it's basic.
I feel like Horizon Zero Dawn they're talking about remaking that. I see no purpose in that.
Yeah.
No, there's no purpose in that. The game is still brand fucking new.
Yeah, no.
The
game is what?
You can
7 years. So
you can play it under PS5 right now.
Right now.
Legitimately.
But yeah, Metroid Prime Remastered, it's basically a one-to-one game. They added some quality of life improvements in terms of the control schemes and what have you. But it is kind of what you were describing in terms of the more pretty. However, it is a much older game. So
I feel like you can get away with it.
Yeah, with a game as old as Metroid. Yeah,
15,
exactly.
20 years ago.
Yeah.
Because yeah, I'm playing through that right now, and boy, you step away from the game for a long time, and then you come back and you're like, damn, it still is that fucking good.
Dude, I will not buy the remake of The Last of Us for anything more than $8. Because they took out factions, and factions is the whole reason I love part 1. They can just suck it.
Mm-hmm. Okay, and then
That's a
finally,
game that feels like more pretty.
yeah, for sure. And then finally, we got some gameplay footage of Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League. And BG, I know you had words for this.
Yeah, it's horrible. Like there's no other words for it. It's obviously we can't course correct this late in the game. Where Avengers sold so much initially with this type of stuff. So they're like, okay, this is what gamers want. We're good with that. But the numbers dropped off so hard. But they're so ingrained now. They can't just be like, well, pull the plug. Let's start over from scratch. They just had to keep going and then eventually put it out. And it looks. I mean, why would King Shark have a gun? I don't understand it.
That's yeah. So I just today watched the state of play, and that was so. The things that just like bugged me were that everyone had guns. Everyone. To me, it's just like, all right, Harley, understandable. Deadshot, yeah, it's his stick.
I'd even give it to Boomerang.
And then it was like Captain Boomerang. It's like, okay, he only uses his boomerang to do pseudo flash speed force stuff. That's it. And then he shoots. Okay, King Shark. Oh, he's gonna be an up close melee. No, he shoots. And the only times I saw when he got up close, he did like a finisher. I didn't see like really a whole lot of melee combat at all. And it's like everyone just kind of shoots. And that's it.
If you rescanned this as something else, you would never think this came from a Suicide Squad.
Mm-hmm.
I legitimately cannot believe that this is the direction this game went. When it and people are like, "Oh, you expected Arkham." I don't care about that part. I expected a faithful version of these characters
Mm-hmm.
in a game like this. And it simply is not that thing.
I think there's only one faithful character, and that's the one that is who is all about guns. He's the only one. Yeah, like the one, like the king, like they all move slightly different, like that, and that's like the biggest differences I can even give any of them. Like Harley does like the grappling hook acrobatics. Deadshot has a jetpack. Captain Boomerang has the Speed Force thingy. And then King Shark, like the way I like how he was moving, it reminded me of do you guys remember that game called Prototype?
Oh yeah, I loved Prototype.
Yeah, that's
of course.
that's how I feel like he's moving, is like he's doing like the big jumps and like running fast. Felt very similar to that.
All I know is this game is going to I predict it's gonna flop. I don't know what's gonna happen to it because people may gravitate toward it. The gunplay might be tight or whatever, but I just have the feeling it's gonna be a hard flop.
Mm-hmm. And then the other thing that I saw about it was that the game requires an internet connection.
Yeah, even single player.
Everything. Single player, multiplayer, everything.
Why? What is even the point?
Yeah.
This is a tone deaf release in 2023.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, 1,000%.
The gamers have moved on from all the microtransactions that people love to shove down our throats. All the loot crate bull crap.
Yep.
Overwatch 2 is suffering from this.
Oh,
People
yeah.
have moved
They had to
on from
they had
that.
to remake Overwatch's whole loot system, and it's still not working. It's still trash.
It's the OV.
Yeah, multiplayer gaming, I feel like, is in the worst place it's ever been. Hands down.
You know what? I'd agree with that because you got Halo
Yep.
in the bed, you got Battlefield in the bed.
All of the major titles are trash, but the thing is, there's no other game to pick up the slack. Like, there's no up and comer. You know what I mean? Because all these major companies have corrupted the pool. You know what I mean? Like the water supply is corrupted. there's nobody feeding in this Sahara right now. Everyone's dying.
They poisoned the well.
Legitimately, it's terrible. And yes, thank you for reminding me, Amber. I've wanted to say this each time. When Overwatch became Overwatch 2, you had a window of time to merge your old account with your Overwatch 2 account to keep all the things you unlocked in Overwatch 1. I did that. It says I didn't. I have every item and every skin from the first game, but I can't purchase the battle pass. I don't have access to the part of the UI that talks about your account merger. It doesn't exist for me. I have everything, but I can't access the quote unquote new game UI for the most part. It's broken.
Cool.
I don't care. I would never buy the battle pass, but it's trash. Like the game doesn't even work, and this is a major business. And there's bugs like this. There's no creativity. There's no, like, for lack of a better term, honor left. Like there's nothing happening anymore. There's no creative flair. Everything is just so cookie cutter. And like you said, I hate to give it credence, but I really didn't want to admit it was true, but it really is like everybody just follows the leader. And in this case, everybody followed Call of Duty right, and they all marched together right into the fucking grave.
It's all good.
It's a
Call of Duty's going to be
disaster.
saved when Microsoft buys it.
Yeah, okay.
They did such a good job with Halo so far.
Okay.
Dude, I really don't understand people like why wouldn't you let them buy Activision Blizzard King so they can compete? But Microsoft owns the most first party studios of all the console makers.
Yep. And they
what
still can't
more
make good
do
games.
It's them now.
Mm-hmm.
What more do you need to compete? I guess you need the biggest video game of the past 15 years every year except for like 2 years because Red Dead Redemption and GTA 5 came out. Dude, gaming is play more indie, pirate more AAA.
Pirate more AAA. But like games like Horizon are worth it.
Yeah, it's a fine game.
Yeah, games like Horizon are worth it. Like we need more games like that. Like I'm trying to think of another one right now because I would love to say a game like Cyberpunk needs to be more of, but that took years to become good. It wasn't a good game at release, and that was because it was suffering from modern industry-itis.
I feel like it's gonna take, and it's so funny because you would think that Sony has proven that people are receptive to like first party or not first party, but big single player experiences. You would think there would be more big single player experiences as opposed to these
because they're min-maxing.
Yeah, like it makes
it's
no
either
sense
all it's either they invest all of the money into something that's going to make them all of the money, or they invest some of the money to make a good amount of money over time with microtransactions, essentially. Like this is the thing, the battle pass situation. That's what it is.
Battle pass.
They're not willing. They're not willing to invest in a game that doesn't have like the ability to make them money per purchase over a quantity of time. So like you can make a single player game, but nobody's going to really spend that much money on, say, outfit packs.
Yeah.
They might, but there's not a lot of interest there because you're not showing off to anybody but yourself.
When Resident Evil Remake came out and they had like cheerleader outfits and stuff.
Yes.
Nobody
bought those. People got those from the pre-order bonuses or from the events.
Free.
They gave them away for free for events.
Like I got it for free for voting for the costumes.
Yeah, they had to give them away. They had to come included with the remakes. Like this is the state of it. If they can't find a way to min-max their investment, they won't invest. but that's things.
I mean, but
That's
that's
the
the corporate.
problem.
That's the in
Yeah,
greed of
exactly.
investors.
Oh
Investors
yeah.
need every penny possible.
But it's not even just the investors. The problem is that people who are in charge of these companies, they are only interested in their overall earnings rather than looking at creating a company that is profitable and will grow because it makes solid content. They only care about the current quarter release and then the next quarter release and then the next quarter release. Like that's it. That's how they're viewing this. It's a very short-term goal. And I've said this before when it comes to business analysis in the modern day, is everything has become short-term goal. There is no long-term goal. And that's why you keep seeing this follow the leader shit. It's because nobody has a fucking plan. They all just wing it year by year to see, okay, who's going to do what? Follow them. Adhere, make it a more our shtick, throw it out there. That's all it is. It's become a fucking parade of clowns.
And it's not ending anytime soon. Because
Oh,
it's been
as
going
long
on
as
for
it makes money,
decades.
it's not. Although it's the turnaround has begun. Let's put it like that. There is more critique by the day when I feel that when it comes to gaming, there's more voices, there's more volume that's
Oh
increasing
yeah,
about
it's
games
super
being
funny
a
that
problem.
Callisto Protocol was projected. They wanted the projection of 5 million, but it sold like 2 million. And then you
Yeah.
got Sons of the Forest, which is a double A studio, indie studio, and they sold 2 million in their first day. Like if people would just try. I feel like they get a lot more out of it than just, oh, we've seen what works. See, it used to be different from even the PS3 and Xbox 360 days, where you can fart out a game in a year and a half to 3 years. But now these games, with all the scope and everything, they're taking 5 years to develop. Some of them 7 years to develop. You can't follow the trend of today knowing your game is going to take 4 years because that trend could be dead tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
So you just got to try what you think is going to be a worthwhile venture for whatever audience you're trying to reach. Don't try to reach the audience of today. Figure out the audience you want to reach, period. Because it's looking dire out here.
Mm-hmm.
Wizard game is boring.
So on
Dude, that
that,
combat is boring.
I keep hearing that. And the fun part is that it reached a new level today when it comes to like news wise. So we're all aware, right? This game exists, the problems
Yeah.
with it. But this game is now sponsoring content creators.
Ooh, who
How
would
did
take that?
everybody think this was going to go? So, are any of you familiar with like one of YouTube's top cooking channels, Binging with Babish?
Nope.
Oh, I know that one.
He did a Wizard game sponsored video.
Oh no. What are you
Oh,
doing, sir?
it's not good. The turnaround was damn near instant. It is I opened Twitter this morning and I saw the tag and I was reading it. I'm like, oh no. Like how do you accept that? How do you not know what is going to come for you? Why would you accept the sponsorship knowing how problematic it is?
I feel
Regardless
like
of your stance on the game, it's an easier task to not involve yourself when you're not a part of the conversation.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like they
You made
saw
yourself part of it.
I feel like a lot of people saw the controversy and what happened um when creators did stream the game. A lot of it was just nobody really did or said anything. Their audience stayed. They didn't lose a large portion of people. And that some even got publicity for quote unquote harassment. So these people could be thinking, hey, either I get harassed by these people and it shows that, oh, look at this, and I get a swell of support, or people don't really say anything. I may lose a little bit of an audience, but it's small potatoes compared to the, let's just say, 30K they're paying me.
Yep.
I mean, yeah, but again, it's very small-minded, especially given the scope of this game's
You just
backlash.
said that people do not care long term. They're
I
only
know,
looking at
and
the
that's what I'm
short,
saying.
and the short term is, hey, I
Exactly.
can get fit 30K and essentially get nothing.
Exactly. That is what I'm trying to say. Is that's what's so absurd to me, is that this is how this plays out. It's like, why are you? How do? Especially as a content creator, I feel like you spent so much time cultivating an image, a community, a fan base based off of just whatever the hell you're doing. And then you open yourself up to something that is knowingly problematic when you are already rampantly successful. Where is the what is the thought process behind the decision? I would kill to know, because it makes no sense. 30K is a lot of money, sure, but you're telling me there wasn't anybody else, any other offer on the table? You don't say that the 20K offer would have just been, you know what? That's a safer bet. I'll take that Raid Shadow Legends fucking sponsorship that everybody else has. 20K? Let's go with that.
But again,
It's a safer bet.
Triton, you say 30K is a lot of money. For a person with 10 million subscribers, they may make that in a month.
Mm-hmm. Correct. It's just, I don't understand.
A lot of different companies.
Oh,
Could,
dude.
Triton.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. It's not even, that's like the same company could
Raid
also.
Shadow Legend is like 12K, depending
Yeah,
on the size
like-
of your channel.
Like I said,
Yeah.
there was a sponsorship opportunity that I could have taken a part of for Factor 75, I think, the meal prep service, where as long as I did everything, that would have been 5K. Like
5K for a channel of our size.
correct.
Now, look at what we've got. We've got a little over 100 followers. We top out at 16 viewers on a good stream. And it doesn't matter because they will still pay that.
Mm-hmm.
Now imagine if your audience is 100th of ours, 1,000th of ours. 30K is small potatoes in that instance. I mean, how many views did that video get before, even with all the backlash?
Do you know, Ralph?
Because
Oh,
then
God.
it was 6 hours ago. I'm seeing the screenshot. 6 hours ago, and it had 150K views.
Yes.
Within the week, it's probably going to be 4 million, 5 million views. That's 4 or 5 million eyeballs on your product.
Mm-hmm. Yep. And you look at any other video, it always performs the same way, regardless of that sponsorship. It was not a necessary risk to take.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just like, why make yourself part of a conversation that is so polarizing? Why fracture your community? Like that's the thing that's killing me.
I don't think they were thinking about the it's not the fracturing of the community or anything. I think they saw money. I think they saw that it would be a minimal impact to their channel, if any, and they went, go ahead, let's do it.
Bill, that is an unsound business call.
I mean, but you got to understand that a lot of these channels are just individuals that got a lot of viewership suddenly.
Oh, I know they are. I take that thought into account. It's like I asked myself the moment I saw that, are they a part enough of the internet to know how this has been playing out? Are they involved enough because to run a channel like that, to run a business, it's not even actually a business, it's to run a company like he runs. He owns a company. It is not just him making content. He has people who work for him to also make content on his channels, plural. He has created a business enterprise through this. He has employees. He has people who scrub his social media. They're scrubbing his YouTube for comments right now. You're telling me, because that is not an excuse in this scenario, because you're telling me when you are of this status, there is not a single soul that realized and brought up in conversation that, hey, maybe this isn't the bet we play on. Let's take a safer one.
Triton, you say who could have saw the risk? The game has
blind
been
person
out already, and the video just came out. The best you can say is he took this sponsorship like 3 months ago, and it was contractual that he needed to follow through with it. But I doubt that they're putting out within 3 months, put out this video.
In which at that point, unless the contract specifically said, don't say you were contractually obligated and you need to pretend to like this game, I feel like the first things out of his mouth would have been during this, yo, I had to do this.
I had to.
If Critical Role could do that to Wizards of the Coast, anyone can do it.
Yeah, like...
Sorry.
I don't see the excuse.
No, there is none. It's because there is none.
Let's wrap this up because I want to watch The Last of Us.
Yep. I have 52 random facts.
Let's do 52.
Honestly, that's what I was doing like that whole fucking time you
Yeah.
guys were talking. I'm just,
Yeah.
I was like, look at this sense. I'm like, this one's shit. This one's shit.
Oh, now you see how hard Diaz's job is.
Mm-hmm. Well, I'm assuming he has a bunch of, like, he's been doing it for so long. He's got some good sites favorited.
Yeah, you never know. We got 23. We got 52. 14, 48.
12.
14, 23. Oh,
12.
you said 12? 12, yes. 14, 23, 40, 48, 52.
40.
And we got a 51 just in case.
Ooh, I like 40, but let's check the others.
40 JCJ, maybe?
Yeah, it's not funny. It's just it's just interesting, and
there you go.
It goes it very much goes in line with the stuff that we talk about. There's actually a word for someone giving an opinion on something they know nothing about. In ultra-crepidarian is someone who voices thoughts beyond their expertise.
Oh, dude. Send me the spelling of that, because it's going into my lexicon tomorrow. Oh, it's going into the lexicon tomorrow.
I need this too.
Ultra-crepidarian.
Ultra-crepidarian.
Oh, I'm dropping that. Oh, I'm dropping that on people. Post haste. Expeditiously.
Oh, no.
Oh, I'm going to use it as an insult. You an ultra.
And here's the full
facts. Oh, no. We've given BG something we shouldn't have.
Oh, yeah, that wasn't the move.
Nah, I want to hear...
You don't know what you're talking about.
Oh, boy. Most used
this
word
man's an
in revisited ultra crep.
Ever. Oh,
ultra crep. Oh my god.
Yeah. I can hear BG going and it's been because reasons. This dude's just an ultra
is that
crep.
Our fan name? Is that our new fan name?
Ultra crep is a disgustingly great name. You're an ultra crep.
Yes. Yes. We did it. We got there. We found it.
Oh, man. Oh, boy.
The ultra creps.
Oh.
Woo. Crep walking.
Oh, no. Oh, we've discovered a word. It was destiny that DA wasn't here and Mike had to do the facts tonight. He fucking heat Suzanne.
I found the perfect site. Oh, beautiful, beautiful. All right.
If we did titles.
Yep, for sure.
Also, law. Jake Paul lost.
Wait,
Oh,
what?
okay.
Yeah, finally lost the boxing match.
Oh, okay.
Law.
Well,
apparently,
okay.
apparently couldn't pay off everybody. So,
Yikes.
in terms of streams this week, I should be streaming tomorrow some more Metroid Prime. Might finish the game. We'll see. Getting pretty close. Ralph, any streams for
Yes.
you this week?
Yes, Tuesday for sure.
Okay, and then
Wednesday as well if you're not streaming.
I'm streaming Wednesday.
Oh, that's Smash.
Okay.
Smash
That's a
Wednesdays
dead zone.
are always.
I forgot. Thursday I will not be around to, so not for me. Just
Okay.
Tuesday it's looking like.
All right, then Friday. Maybe we'll try and do something.
Oh, nothing Thursday?
Nothing Thursday.
All right, I'll do it Thursday.
All
I'll do
right.
the second game in the Zero Escape series.
All right.
Okay. Yeah,
So-
Thursday I'm making my first official trip. So I'm going to be traveling for work.
Business trip. Very nice.
Yeah.
So and then Friday
12-hour day.
try and do some more multiplayer stuff. Figure out something to do.
Yeah, there's a wide variety of things. we can do.
Multiplayer
Some
or
with the
co-op.
Discord.
Do
or
some kind of
co-op.
co-op thing. We'll figure it out. And yeah. And then I just gotta get the rest of my desk situation figured out. Right now, like the immediate area around said desk, like behind like the stream setup still looks good. Dude, the rest of this room is a fucking nightmare. Wires and just shit all over the place. So I need to clean this. And then my gaming computer is just not plugged in right now. I need to actually get that working. But yeah, new desk is nice. Really like it. I'm very happy with it. Okay, with that, we'll call this podcast a close. Thank you, everybody, for tuning into this episode of the Podcast of Stuff. We will see you next week.
Later.
Bye-bye.